Yeah,
then it's
probably.
a fucking business decision that you play my games because I just fucking paid you NIL money to come to my school. Then you owe me just like a professional shows up to work every fucking day until his clock is over.
I mean, he's not wrong.
For the function, for the function, for the dog shit, for the go dumb shit. Get your gun shit, function, fuck up the function.
So with college football coming to an end, it's hard to ignore that every year it seems to be a trend that at the end of the season, there's teams who have players that for whatever reason don't want to play in the bowl games. It's becoming a lot more of an issue this year now with it also affecting teams going into the playoffs. But before I really dive too deep into it, Cam Newton earlier today, I think he did a reaction to Coach JB from Last Chance U show on Netflix. And Coach JB gave a pretty interesting take on it. And I kind of want to react to that first and then get to my points.
Take on these kids opting out of these so-called, quote-unquote, meaningless bowl games is what the term is they use.
I guess it's a case-by-case basis. If you don't want to play in your bowl game, I'm not going to be like, oh, you're a bitch. That's your decision.
I don't give them an option. And I probably do call them a bitch when they don't play. I would not give them an option.
Bitch, though.
They're making a business decision.
Exactly. Right there, homie. That's what I got to be. Fuck all that, homie. Stop saying it's a business decision.
You're speaking from a
fucking business decision, then you play your games, homie.
There's a lot
play your games, homie. I paid you.
JB.
Hold on, no. Did I pay you or not?
It's a lot of money to be made.
Hold on, no. Did I pay you on an NIL deal or not?
Yeah,
then it's a fucking business decision that you play my games. Because I just fucking paid you NIL money to come to my school. Then you owe me just like a professional shows up to work every fucking day until his clock is over. You pay every game I paid you for. Fucking period, point blank. Stop with the fucking excuses as to these dudes deserve to sit out because they're going to get hurt. No, I deserve not to pay you then. Period, point blank.
Who said that?
They're professionals, homie. You said it, Matt said it, everyone said it. Then fucking finish the job. Pay till your game's done. Period.
I mean, he's not wrong. Could he have said a little bit better? Probably. However, the overall point, he's not wrong. At the end of the day, you have to honor your commitment. NIL, the way it started out, even from way back in day one when it was Shabazz Napier and UConn talking about winning a natty and they were living off of packs of ramen, you know what I mean? No one disagrees. You guys definitely should be compensated for what you're doing. However, if you're being brought in with the expectation to win these postseason games, because that's what college sports is all about, the postseason tournaments, whether it be the playoffs, bowls, for like basketball, you guys have March Madness and stuff like that. The end of the day, if they're bringing in all this money to pay you, and then you decide to sit out for whatever reason, it really says a lot about your character and who you are as a player. But even more than that, again, you do have to refund that money, in my opinion. And I mean, these players, I can only really put so much fault on you because at the end of the day, you're 18 to 20-year-old kids, if we're just going to call it what it is. So I do think some of the responsibility does have to be on these athletic directors as well as these coaches to start putting these provisions within the contracts and really start enforcing it. I mean, even if I'm looking as a coach or a scout, I almost take it with a grain of salt, someone who's willing to sit out, you know, to come transfer, or especially if they are transferring. Obviously, there's a bunch of reasons why someone may sit out, but I would have to look at that too. Like, wait a minute, are you going to do that when it comes time for us to play? Or if you're in Alabama, for instance, and you guys had high hopes and you don't make it, and now you're seeing certain players wanting to sit out for the bowl, you know, it's just like, what are we really doing this for? Because at the end of the day, it's still postseason play. It's still a winning record. It is still something to be proud of. And correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know if the rules changed over the years, but I'm pretty sure they still get a ring if they win a bowl. So if you transfer out or you sit out, are you still expecting the ring? You know what I mean? It opens up a Pandora's box of questions that really don't need to be open. Yeah, I think in simple and plain, I'm not going to do it like Coach JB. I'm not going to start calling people out of their name. If he wants to fight a nose guard, go for it, Coach B. Stand on that business. But I will have some choice where, and I will let you know you're going outside. Like at the end of the day, bro, why are you leaving now? You know what I mean? You look at the college football transfer portal, they have right after the regular season, and they also have in April. So if you really want to leave, why not just wait until April? You know what I mean? I look at examples like Penn State. Penn State right now, their quarterback or their backup quarterback, he just announced that he's going to be transferring, hitting the portal, and he's doing it right now at the end of the regular season, which means he won't be able to play in their upcoming playoff game. Why stick it out this long if a transfer is really what's been on your heart? Again, why not just leave in the spring? And then B, honestly, I don't even want to entertain the idea of why it's a good idea to leave, because it's not. We just saw an example of the SEC championship with Georgia and what happened with them. You're always one play away. So to just leave your team right now of all times, I don't agree with it at all. And I really do think it's more on the coaches than it is the players to actually fix the problem. It is on the players because this problem is there's no other way to chop it up. You guys are creating this ultimate issue, making some of these decisions. However, the coaches, you guys can fix it. You do have a little bit more authority than I think really you guys are putting on display, which is like, let's really start cracking down and enforcing this stuff. That's instead of rewarding the bad behaviors, because some of these bad behaviors that continue to get rewarded, continue to just, they can just go to another program, get their money and whatever. This cycle of it's carrying over into the NFL now. We've seen examples of Sunday night with the 49ers. One of their guys just had a temper tantrum off the field, and he just stormed off because he wasn't getting enough play. It's just, I know that's not exactly the same as sitting out a bowl game because you want to go to the next level, but it speaks to the same type of selfishness. And at the end of the day, this is a team sport. It's going to take a team, we're all locked in mentality to win. So I really do think we got to see an end of it, or it's just going to be the richest teams win in the end. And I don't think anybody wants to see that either. Let me know what you guys think, though. I could be completely wrong. Let me know in the comments. Like, subscribe. See you.
For the function, for the function, for the dog shit, for the go down shit. Get your gun shit, function, fuck up the function with the dumb shit. Don't